Hey, I'm Nicholas Johnson and this is the Space Warehouse. In this video I'm going to show you how to take this old beat up kitchen table. It's got some water damage, it's got some stains, it's missing a bunch of the clear coat. We're just going to strip it, sand it, stain it, and clear coat it, and it's going to look like it's new again. Here's what you're going to need. Starting with the stripper to get off the old clear coat. Odorless mineral spirits, which will just get into the cracks a little better and completely remove all of the old clear coat. Sanding pads and this here orbital sander. Make the tabletop really smooth and really even and get rid of any of the gouges or any of the scratches that are in there. We'll be staining it. I'm not sure about the color I'm going to use, but this is stained. Polyurethane clear coat. Is this oil based? Scraper to scrape this off. Get it on with the brush. Step 1, we're going to add the stripper. Now this stuff is extremely caustic. One thing to keep in mind, this stuff can actually burn you pretty easily if it just gets on your skin at all. So if you have access to them, wear some rubber gloves. It's also flammable and explosive, so make sure you're in a nice, big, ventilated environment like a warehouse or outside, or if you're in your garage, open your garage. Because these chemicals will burn your skin, they'll wreck your clothes, they're gonna ruin the paintbrush that you use, but they're gonna remove all of that clear coat, and it's really, really easy compared to like burning through a whole bunch of sandpaper trying to get rid of it. I'm gonna shake this stuff up real good. I've been shaking it off camera, I promise. The top popped off. You can be pretty liberal with it because it's kind of like a gel. Then you need to spread it evenly over the table. Just try to be really careful not to get it on you at all because it's terrible. It's just this terrible liquid that does terrible things to everything that it touches. It needs to sit on here for about 15 minutes after you get it spread out. You might want to try doing a little area first, like just to try it out, because it starts to get real messy. It starts to gloop up, and you're going to want to make sure that you have some place to dispose of all of the shit that's going to come off of here. All right, now set a timer for 15 minutes. Let that stuff eat away at the clear coat. Okay, 15 minutes has passed. So if all goes according to plan, we just painted this stuff on and scrape it off. Look at that. That's just clean, bare wood underneath there. It's actually really surprising that it works that well. Now, if only popcorn sealing came off as easy as old varnish. Well, that stuff worked about a zillion times better than I even expected it would. To pretty much get that stuff off of everything and to like make it safe to touch your tools and to take these gloves off. Odorless mineral spirits, which are also caustic and flammable and bad for your skin, but like not nearly as bad for your skin. That's not to say that you shouldn't wear gloves when you work with it, but you can use mineral spirits liberally to kind of just get rid of the rest of that residue and also to clean up that scraper. All right, finish up that step. You're going to give this some time to dry, but it won't take long. Next up, in our battle to remove all existing stuff off the top of this table, I'm gonna start with 80 grit sandpaper and then move to 220 grit. 80 grit will just do a really fast job of getting through the gouges and all the scratches, and then the 220 will make it like real smooth. Now that the table is stripped and sanded, I want some clean rags. I got this Jacko bean. I don't even know what color that is. It looks like some kind of darkish brownish. It's found in the warehouse. You can apply stain with a brush, or you can just rub it on with a rag and then rub it back off again. I'm just gonna gloop it on. Oh, I'm gonna get some more gloves because this is gonna get messy. I find it's easier just to wear latex gloves than it is to like be careful. You want to go with the grain so that it soaks into the wood grain. Okay, that's really all it takes for the staining portion. The longer it sits on there, the darker it'll get, or if you want it even darker still, you can put multiple coats on there. Wipe off all the excess, but leave this for 2 hours before you do the clear coat. Okay, final step is the clear coat. We're gonna use oil-based polyurethane. We're gonna do 2 coats. We're gonna let the first coat dry, probably overnight, to be honest, because I'm doing stuff. And then we're gonna sand it with 220 grit sandpaper. Apply a second coat and it will be done. You want to put these on real thin. You really don't want to end up with brush strokes. You always want to brush with the grain. Okay, so it's the next day. This is dry and it's smooth, but you can see it's pretty uneven and it doesn't feel very good. 1 coat of polyurethane is never enough. We're going to use 200 grit sandpaper, sand this thing down one more time, put a second coat on there. That'll make it really even and really smooth. Polyurethane coat number 2. The first coat does a lot of soaking into the wood if you take it all the way down to the bare wood. And then the second coat will do a really good job of filling everything in and making a protective coating on top. And if some of it goes on and still looks like it's kind of like a matte finish while it's wet, then probably gonna have to go back over that and do a third coat. If you do want to put on a third coat, you're gonna want to wait about 4 hours after this coat goes on. Different climates, different humidity levels, different altitude, all of that makes a little bit of a difference in how things dry and cure. For the third and final coat, again, 220 grit sandpaper. I'm just gonna glaze over the top of this to make it grab onto the next. How does this look? Okay, that's it. This old Orange County school board table, I called it a kitchen table earlier, but then I found a little placard on the front of it. Anyway, this old table it's like new. It's got a smooth, glossy, fine-looking surface. It's a simple matter of strip it, sand it, stain it, and seal it. Who knew all that started with S? The 4 S's of resurfacing a wooden tabletop. If you found this video helpful or at least entertaining in any way, please hit the like button and subscribe below so you can see where we move into the future. That other table's going into my garage studio office thing. I'm schnazzing that place up. I'm gonna go eat dinner with my wife or something.